Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts and a scenario that, well, Twitch chat has basically come up with a little bit of help from some scenario submissions. And we are building a Russian battlecruiser to take on a French fleet in 1927. And this is going to be tough because if they're equal techs, they've got a battleship. Oof, it's going to be rough, but we can try. And there's already crazy stuff going on in the chat about what I should do. Do not worry, it's a Russian ship. They always turn out crazy. That's a big old tower. Might actually go for the 10, just for it being a bit smaller. Secondary tower, very similar. Let's go for the small one. Hey Millie. How you doing? Finish rooting around bins. Disgusting dog sometimes. Right. Oil. For the fuel. 58. What is dual funnel? It doesn't fit. Never mind. Just go for that one then. Yeah, I agree. I think this should go all the way to the back. And it leaves a nice little space here for you-know-what. Right. Guns. 18 Mark 1s. 15 Mark 3s. Well, we're going to go 15 edge. I think. And screw it, that's what? Oops. Yes, there we go. What do you mean terrible weight offset penalties? Looks fine to me. Is the 20-inch gun available in this era? No. Not on this hull anyway. You've got an 18-inch Mark 1, that's the biggest thing you can get. Offset wing turrets? Ugh. No. No. Right. Can you get that middle 15-inch to free rotate? Maybe. Front tower would have to go forward slightly. Yeah, that does it. Free rotates now. Lovely stuff. This is advanced Russian design. Crossfire wing. Oh no. What, you mean like one here and one here? Oh, just why? Just why? Come on. Really, no gun slots for anything. Right, casement guns. Yeah, we can get a few 3-inch casement guns. And who needs secondaries, right? Okay. Yeah, you don't need any other guns. Exactly. You got 15-inch guns, and you got some pop guns to keep the more enthusiastic members of the crew happy. Right. What year was this? Because I think this is 1920s, wasn't it? 27, thank you. Okay, so it can't go on natural boilers. It has to go on... Try with balanced. There we go, 28 knots. That is respectable for 1927. Radar. Fancy. Tube powder super heavies. Always good. And we're overweight. Yeah. How about anti-torpedo 3 and many bulkers? There we go. And the armor is, I mean, it's battle cruiser armor, so it's not great. 28 knots is not terrible for a battle. I mean, Renown and Repulse could do 30, but they were some of the fastest capital ships in the world at the time. It's not a crazy speed to be going at. Right, I'd like a little bit more turret armour. Especially as there is a battleship in the area. I do not want the turrets blowing up, ideally. Go for 14. Piss off. I'm going to go standard bulkheads, but get more armour on, because it just makes me nervous. That makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. Got a little bit of a full weight offset now, which is fine. Just move this turret back a bit. Oh, no, it's already right in the back of the ship. And fine. There we go. This is as good as I can get it. Right, chat. Now only had a third of the fire and less armor. It's basically a fast battleship now for the time period. What about a name? Hey, I only cut it down to a torpedo 3. I didn't cut it out completely. Oh, thank you very much, Thread. I'm glad you like it. It's an interesting one. Plenty of firepower. I'm surprised how much this ship's been able to pack in, actually. The Bliat auto mod doesn't like it, but you can't stop me doing it. Apparently, auto mod speaks Russian. It just doesn't like you, Mitch. It's just like, nah, I'm not going to let him post that thing. Krasnaya Gorka. Okay, that actually sounds a bit better. Krasnaya Gorka. There you go. Two can play that game auto mod. I'll start swearing in Mongolian or Icelandic or something. See if you can do it then. Yeah, it's not like I'm going to charge directly at the enemy and ignore their torpedoes. I mean, when do I ever do that? Sounds very unlike me. Croatian, that's a good one. Norwegian. Do it in Gallic. Hardly anyone speaks Gallic. Swears in mathematical symbols. You get blocked for being a bot. Doesn't understand Scouse. Alright. France, let's see what you've got. You've got a weird Nelson-esque battlecruiser thing. Oh, France. We've got the destroyers. Oh, they're pretty decent. Plenty of torpedoes. And some 5-inch guns. And my light cruisers are weird. Very weird. Are you sure that you're not designing some sort of missile cruiser? Oh, that just looks like it should have VLS cells on it. Right, okay. Screen. Normal. Go. Enemies over there. Let's go have a look at them. Good morning, Johannes Dracus. It's afternoon for me, but yes, good morning. Okay. Lots of secondaries. Really, France? I mean, the front's okay, but what is going on back here? What is this? Ugh. And a actually sensible-looking cruiser. Good. Ah, good old Q turrets. Ooh, that's a cool shot. The client Simon said, "How much 4-weight offset do you want?" The client said, "We." Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, helicopter decks. I don't know why they're so like obsessed with helicopter decks sometimes. It's still possible to have over 100 torpedoes on a destroyer. Asked Midnight Shade. I don't think you can do that under the get with the displacement now. They're also pretty big. If that was someone knocking at my door, that was weird. They can go away. Ellie, it's fine. Shh. I'm going to switch my mic off and go deal with that. You can enjoy the... Oh, I'm back. It was the bin men. Poor Millie was going absolutely berserk at them. Oh. It's not so much the offset, it's just getting it under the weight. Millie. Millie is my dog. She's an English bulldog. a somewhat insane one. Yes, that is a picture of her. Thank you for relaying. She's an emote. Right. What's the enemy up to? Coming at me! Oh, that makes a change. Good, good. Drive yourself into my guns. Cans already? He's opening a tinny. No, it's a Coke Zero. It's not a cider or anything like that. Although now it is past noon. Not that that is any limitation for getting drunk in Scotland. I've got, I think I'm about 450 followers on Twitch now, and I'm about 2,500 for YouTube. I should maybe do a stream where I drink gin and tonic or something. Hopefully I don't get banned for doing that. Does anyone know? Do you get banned if you drink alcohol on Twitch? Surely not. Surely there's like... Surely they let you enjoy responsibly. Discord bot is on point. Which Discord bot? Is it just posted that I'm live or something? It has. What the hell? Maybe it's set to just like remind people every now and then. I don't know. Might have done that on the 4-hour mark or something. You just have to set the broadcast at 18+. I mean, I already have, you know, it's for mature audiences only on. Just as a result of, you know, when you're a teacher and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do stuff online. You know, not that I mind any current or former pupils watching, of course, but you know, if a parent came back to you and said, "Oh, why?" You can turn around and say, "Well, it's set for mature audiences only, so clearly you're okay with your child watching it, and that you've allowed them access past the parental controls." And they're like, "What?" But not that that ever happened. It's just to cover yourself. Because yeah, that's the main reason. Oh, okay, I do swear every now and then, but I know I've been fighting with that Discord bot all day. Tell you this. Actually, it held up pretty well there, the blue arm. Armour's not terrible. 14-inch... Oh, cordite. Oh, France. What are you doing? I saw the torpedo warning. Can't see the torpedo, though. Oh, there it is. Good, good. It's a miss. Although my screens, again, seem to fail to understand what the word means. It means you should be here. Protecting me from those. How? Did you miss? How? With a 50% chance? Come on. One gone through. Overbent. Ah, 2. There we go. Very fast, that thing. 30 knots. Huge at 60,000 tons. How expensive is it? 111 million. Holy hell. You can take that thing out. That's a massive scalp. because our ship's about half that. Yeah, the screen against the Australian boomerang torps. Yeah, quite. Him again. Ooh, destroy his things. That's nice. Certainly damaged the armour there, but no. Oh wait, no! Bang! Cordite versus tube powder. Never goes well for Cordite. As a flash fire, well, it doesn't insta kill the ship, but was it a wide turret has blown out the bottom 2/3 of the ship. I mean, this thing does have many bulkheads, so yeah, I don't think we'll actually see it do a popcorn impression, but that flooding will eventually sink it, I'm pretty sure, because they can't really do much to contain it in these sections here. But you never know, it might be alive. So keep shooting it. Keep shooting until they strike their colours. Oh, yes. Yeah. At least the X turret now has free fire backwards. Although I don't think it. Oh no, yeah, it will do. It has taken damage, but it's not disabled. Severe list now. Coming about, not quite sure why. Hits. Look at that. That's the one here. I think it was this one that caused the flash fire. And then you can see just some haven't gone through, but some punch right through the main belt. Oof. I don't know, I probably should be paying more attention to my own ship. But well, I was going to say Goa had the flooding under control, but there's some more holes in front of the ship now. This destroyer to the battleship's secondary guns. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think you're right. Alethea, I think the game doesn't recalculate the turret arcs after you've built the ship. Going head on, he's saving her from damage, but I think she's going down very, very slowly. Enemy destroyer goes down. Good, good. Everyone always gives the French such absolute shade. over the whole retreating, running away, surrendering thing. They did it once, and it wasn't even the French army, it was the French politicians. And it wasn't unique to them being French, it was just unique to them being politicians. Come on! Gloire is absolutely making me work for this. Another massive set of hits and a double flash fire. Yeah, that's not going to survive that. Good ship. If only it didn't use cordite. Would have been so much better. Right. What's the state of the battle now? Looks like the enemy battle cruiser is just running away. Ruining everything I was just saying. Well, I don't blame the Belgians for capitulating, because the British and French have treated them pretty badly. And I don't necessarily blame the French for capitulating, but you know, it was kind of inevitable. But it's the way they did it, and you know, it wasn't a case of, you know, we're going to make them pay for every yard of France, or even, you know, we're going to evacuate all of the French armed forces first. We're going to fight. You know, we're going to keep fighting and all the rest of it. It was the collaboration that occurred with from the Vichy regime, which of course does not represent all of France. I think that was really bad, really bad. Millie, hello, hello. What the hell? Thank you. Yeah, I mean, potentially the British might not get fighting on had the political situation been different. There was definitely talk of Britain coming to terms post fall of France. Certainly the Germans expected that to happen. So quite caught off guard when the British just decided to keep fighting on. The Grand St. Louis, however, not doing a particularly good show, despite many bulkheads and TNT. Look at the respective accuracies. 46 versus 21. I know they'll have a bit damaged instability, but I reckon that's from their stupid forward offset. Yeah, scored a hit there and scoring a bunch in return. That looks like terminal damage to me. That is too much flooding. And down she goes. Okay. Well, just a couple of heavy cruisers to go then. Very nice. Jean-Soul. Automod didn't like you calling him that particular word, Mitch. But yes, Jean-Soul is a good example. Oof. Apparently, Automod said you were bullying Jean-Soul. Which is... I mean, can you bully someone who's no longer with us? He was arrogant and he was stupid. I think Drac did a really good video on Mers El Kabir. he had options. He could... Damn right I'll bully that person of questionable parentage, which Automod also blocked. Yeah, he was just an arrogant fool, and he stuck not even to the letter of his orders, but kind of willfully misinterpreted them, for goodness knows what reason, and he got a bunch of his own men killed because of it, and it's just unforgivable nonsense, terrible decisions that he made. But he wasn't the only person in the Vichy regime who was like that. I mean, that's what I was kind of what I was meaning earlier with when I was having to go to the Vichy government. It's like, yeah, by all means capitulate, but you don't have to then cooperate. Like, the Belgian and Dutch governments didn't do that. Polish government didn't do that. Sure, there were puppet governments afterwards, but they didn't have any form of full legitimacy and connection to the previous one. And I guess you could put a lot of that on Pétain, who kind of ran Vichy France, well, a dictator basically, which no one in France got to vote on. Well, not really, because I seem to remember, was it Renault, who was Prime Minister, resigned because he refused to, surrender in the way that the people who set up the Vichy government were insisting. And yeah, it's just like the elected representative of France wanted to keep fighting. I think most people in France probably would have preferred that, even though, no, maybe not. But, I still think Vichy France was a big, big mistake for everyone involved, as it turns out. Mind you, hindsight is 2020 and all the rest of it. Oh my god, you just post like a whole paragraph of Autobots, like, nope. Yeah, but this is my point, Thread. That's not the French that I'm talking about. It is it's a handful of people. A handful of people. And this is the really weird thing about countries and how things interact. The whole country of France gets called surrender monkeys and all these horrible things. Well, not horrible, but all these mean things, even if it's well-meaning, because of the actions of a few people who are hated in France, and it's like torps, thank you, and that it's just interesting to me how we do that, and it very much depends on your perception. I mean, you can have a go at the British as well if you look at certain periods of our history. You can have a go at pretty much any country for that, and it just so happens that our perceptions are often coloured by what happened in the Second World War, because it was the last major conflict in Europe and the world at large. Not the only one, of course, but it had a massive effect on everything. It's not like the human race to pigeonhole an entire nation from the actions of a small minority. Anyway, with that thought, victory for the Russians. That was a very successful design. I didn't even have to think about that. Just let the ship do the work. Very nice. Pleased with that. Anyway, those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. I hope you didn't mind me getting all philosophical. And I'll see you again for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye-bye.